My name is Shania. Thank you and very well done for showing up. I'm a LinkedIn strategist, business coach, and author of Happiness is a Verb. I wrote several other books as well, but what we really are here for is the LinkedIn Leads Mastery, the power system for automated sales growth that can really help you create stability, consistent lead flow, and help you to grow your business. Now, this webinar may be a little bit different. We're going to go fast, but it doesn't mean you shouldn't interact, because you should. It doesn't mean you shouldn't ask questions, because you should. And also, it doesn't mean that you'll get it in the first 5, 6, or 8, 10, 20 minutes, really, because you won't. So I definitely welcome you. It's an interactive training to join in the chat, ask questions, engage. I will have Q&A at the end as well, but if there's something, I may be able to answer your question if it's relevant. And if you see me looking this way, I have the chat that side so I can see who's on. Now, as you know, it's impossible to succeed if you can't persist. How many successful people do you know who quit and gave up before they achieved their target? I don't think anybody. So if you can't make it to the end of the webinar, which is only going to be like an hour, I recommend it's better to leave now, because I don't want to waste your time. And for you to really get the value and understand how the whole LinkedIn lead generation system is put together, it's valuable for you to stay from here and stay till the end. Yes, because nothing valuable comes easy in life. If you stay on and actually participate and contribute and be part of it, so it's not just me, it's not like a Netflix, like a Shania Flix, it really is an interactive training. So I'll be stopping in between, asking you questions, getting feedback and your input. So I definitely welcome that. And the next hour may be your first step on a path you've been searching for many years, because this has many different layers than just LinkedIn and just marketing. It really goes much deeper than that. But you've got to play. Success doesn't come from sitting on the sideline. Like if you look at Wimbledon, for example, it's the players who get paid. The audience has to pay to be there. So you got to be a player. That's when you make the big money. You have to implement and apply. The TRIS training today will improve your income, your life, and your happiness. And when you stay till the end, I also have a very valuable, unique gift for you that can make a difference for your business, but also for every other aspect of your life. And to start, I want to do something special for you. I will customize the presentation for you. How? By inviting you to write in the chat, like, what is the most important things you would like to learn from me today? Because I want to help you and teach you what you need. So I have an outline, obviously, but I would like for you to write in the chat, what is it that you want to learn? I mean, since you're here, you might as well get your questions answered. If it's not already in my presentation, I would really want to address what's keeping you busy, what's going on in your life. Okay, good, thank you. Freelancer from Poland, welcome, Michelle. Emily Duffy, lead gen authentically on LinkedIn. That's really, I love what you mentioned, Emily, because that is getting more and more important. People want to do business with authentic people. So I like that. LinkedIn strategy that actually get results. Well, as you can see, we have over 200 people here. So the system works. That's for sure. Because of the 200 people, there were even more people who registered and couldn't make it live or waiting for the recording. Effective ads to attract best possible clients for my services. Okay, Wendy, I understand that. Lead generation optimization, ad strategy for lead generation. I'll go into the foundation of lead generation, because if you have something that works organically, you can then add money and make the ad, use ads to make it scale. But I would not recommend ever to start using ads until you have a proven system, because you're going to end up wasting a lot of money. Marketing is supposed to make you money, not cost you money. So yes, you can invest in ads once you have a system that works. And today I want to share with you the system that has proven to work for me and for many of my clients. Meaningful leads, organic leads, definitely I can see the best way to do outreach. I'll go into that as well. Okay, great, target customers, amazing. And thank you, everybody. I see lots of engagement. Columbus, Ohio, welcome, Taylor. Consulting professional, optimize LinkedIn to get more warm leads. Yeah, definitely. Massively LinkedIn to generate leads. You're in the right place. Get people to engage with my content. I'll go into that as well. Improve my LinkedIn effectiveness. Okay, it's good to clarify, like, what does LinkedIn effectiveness, what does it actually mean? Quality leads, okay, amazing. Simon, thank you. Authentic, not pushy. I love that. Attract contacts, have a process to track, totally. How to optimize my LinkedIn profile. Darina, we will go into that for sure. Ashish, I totally understand. And a lot of people I talk to say, you know what, LinkedIn, the sales navigator, I'm spending the membership, but it's actually not working. But LinkedIn Sales Navigator is just one piece of the whole machine. So you will understand how to use Sales Navigator once you have the whole picture and by building your LinkedIn lead generation machine. Okay, amazing. So yes, reading your answers, I can see you are ready for a change and you're ready to grow, expand, and want to focus on leads. It's not by mistake you're here. You know your business has more potential. And if you're like most people, what you offer, you truly want to help. You want to help other companies, you want to help people improve their lives. And all you need is more people to know about your existence. You're kind of a little bit invisible at the moment. And I know what it's like. I was in your shoes, and what changed? Since I have one thing that at the moment you don't have yet, which I'm going to show you in this training. Now, do you agree that companies who know how to market make a lot of money? Who says that's true? And you see that, yeah, that's definitely true. So companies like Nike, Disney, and of course, one of the favorite ones that people love is Apple, if you're an Apple fan. Now, what did they do? Their marketing made us fall in love with them. And so imagine if you would have customers who would love you the same. If our customers would love us the same as like they fall in love with Apple, with Nike, we would make a lot of money, right? Because when we love someone, we want to help, we want to make them succeed. So let's go back then and have a look and say, okay, what actually is marketing? Let's go to the foundation. We want to do LinkedIn marketing to generate leads, but what is marketing? Marketing is actually a process. It's the actions, it's the actions that cause an ever-growing number of people to love us and so buy from us, to give us money. And that's key to understand. Marketing is not just putting content out, it's not just doing social media. It's actually making sure that you're selling and that people are giving you money and that you help them to use the product. So let's dive in together and see how we can apply this principle to LinkedIn. Now, when you see your doctor, he asks about your symptoms to make a diagnosis, right? Because if you don't have a proper diagnosis, he can't give a treatment plan. So similarly, what we're going to do in the training today is we want to find out what are the symptoms or mistakes in your LinkedIn marketing that you can start improving immediately. And I really, as I said, I need you to play. So when you come from this training today, take one thing and start implementing it. Don't do the whole thing. I'd love to help you with that. But even if you do one thing, that can improve your results. And then from there, we could work together to determine the full treatment plan, like what's needed for your business, how do we build a system, make it more efficient, all those kind of things. But start looking in today's training, what is one thing that you can take away, not just take away, but actually do something with, take action with. The plan to make your business super healthy and to grow sales. And you know, I don't know you yet. I don't really know anything about your company. I'm very excited that you're here today and came to spend your time and learn from me today. So what I'll do is I cover the three most common symptoms I see on LinkedIn, and we can always set up a LinkedIn strategy call to look more in depth and like, okay, what is needed for your personal company? So if you'd like to get the real answers for your company, a personalized treatment plan, also known as a LinkedIn strategy session, Kara will put the link in the chat, and then we can chat and book a time so we can actually get to know each other and get your company, your LinkedIn strategy in good shape so you can make more money ethically. That's what we love to help our clients with. And as I love working with fast action takers, if you qualify for a call, the first people who book a call will receive a special gift, the LinkedIn profile assessment, where I'll just give you feedback and like really review and say what's working, the checklist, what are the pieces that you're missing or can improve right away to find the gold in your LinkedIn network. That's what we would like to do. So, okay, time to dive in. So these are the three biggest LinkedIn symptoms that your business may be seriously ill because your marketing is not working. And marketing and leads are like the life of your business, because without leads, you can have no sales conversations. Without sales conversations, no sales, no income. And no business can survive without leads, without income. Symptom number one, your LinkedIn profile is about you. And this is, and I'm sure you've seen it with other people. Maybe you have a friend. For example, in this case, you can see Janelle Karras. It says, owner, United Country Real Estate, prestige auction, a better way to buy and sell real estate. Number one, it's not really clear, like, how does she bring value? It sounds like she's just another broker. Well, in reality, what she does is very different, because she helps realtors generate more revenue by helping them with auction strategy. So your profile is the first step in crafting a LinkedIn marketing campaign that brings actual results. So if this is like the first one is what your profile looks like, it shows that you're missing some vital marketing knowledge for your company to survive. Because how many of you, just by show of hands, you can do like show of hands if you're on the camera or with a little hand, how many of you would say like you have a really good product or service? And if you could just get more people to see you and understand what you offer, your business would grow. Donna, amazing. Who else? Yes, Mona Lisa. Brett, Lou, Mark. You guys, yes, Lou also has a good product. Jerome, Michaela. Yes, okay, I see the hands. Yes, I offer a great service. Exactly. So what we want to do today is set up the system so more people will know how valuable it is, but it's your job to make sure that they understand. Like in this case with Janelle, she has an amazing service, but people don't know about it because she doesn't communicate it. So it's your job to make sure that your profile is about your prospect, and then combine it with the LinkedIn event that teaches them the value and solves a problem for them. In this case, we set up an event for her, leverage the power of real estate auctions. Many realtors, brokers, individuals think that an auction is only when a house is in foreclosure. Well, actually, that's not true. It's a really valuable tool for the toolbox of any real estate agents. So that's how you combine it. But you need to make sure that your message is clear and really focus on solving the problem. What is the pain that they have and how can you help? How will what you offer make a difference? Now, I'm sure you've also got some connection requests, I hope it's not you, from people that have a profile head like a cover like this. It just doesn't come across very professional, and also it doesn't really communicate. Adrian is brilliant. What he does is anything with IT, cybersecurity, incredible, valuable service. But from this, it shows business technology advisor, it can be anything. So we redesigned his profile and made it clear that what he does. In this case, he wanted to focus on law firms, so protecting law firms, cyber defense, and then you can see his headline, keeping your law firm and clients safe from data breaches, hackers, and viruses. Save time and stress with our tailored IT support and cybersecurity solutions. So if you have a law firm or if you need help with your cybersecurity, you can see that in this example, it's much clearer that he's the person to connect with. And then again, what we want to do is we want to drive traffic. The profile is the core, but it's like having a billboard in the desert if you don't have people that actually come and you engage, you do outreach, you send invitations, which is why we combine it with a LinkedIn event. In this case, cybersecurity, shield your company against cyber threats in 2024. So anybody concerned about that will sign up and basically raise their hand and say, hey, I have this problem. I would like to know more. And that's really the most powerful strategy to generate leads on LinkedIn at the moment. Here is another example, Ivan May, founder at Navi Studios. I mean, he can be a photographer. He can be many different things. The studios, it doesn't really say anything. And you see that often people like using the name of their company, but it doesn't mean anything to anyone except to you. So make sure that you focus on the value. In this case, it says take your software products to the next level, because he does software development, providing high quality and scalable software and product solutions in less time with better functionality. And you can see actually the results. We have a tool that LinkedIn does not provide this to optimize conversion, where we can see how many people are actually accepting our connection request. And changing your profile is vital in that. You can see here, connected out of all connection requests sent, 53%. The average is 15 to 20, which is also good for you to know that if you only send 10 connection requests per week, it's not going to cut it. You see, it was 53% accepted his request. And then once your connection, you can send a message. And here you can see the engagement, total replied after connecting, 50%, which again is really high. Average would be 15 to 20. But you can also see here that 47.3% came from a follow-up message. So if you just say thanks for connecting and they don't hear from you ever again, it was only 2.7% that responded. So you need to have a follow-up system to really stay in front of people. Number one, the inbox may be full. Number two, the timing isn't right. Or number three, they just didn't see it at the moment. Or they just are interested, but they have just other priorities at the moment. So that's really important as well. 79% of buyers are more likely to consider a brand if their salesperson has an informative LinkedIn profile. So that's important to know why it is important to have your LinkedIn profile. Now, looking at the About section, this is not your resume. Okay, here's an example of an About section. He says, as a managing partner, executive recruiter at Amto International, I leverage my MBA. Like really, nobody cares. Most of you, if you're a business owner, you're not looking to find a job anyway. But even if you're looking for a job, this is not the best way to get your attention. You want to grab their attention with a pain point, something that needs help with. In this case, what he actually does, he's a recruiter that specializes in the chemical industry. So he wrote his About section. Are you struggling to find the right person who has a specialized skill set combined with industry expertise? Is the long recruitment cycle slowing down your business and costing you money? People in this industry, that's the problem they have. And then he goes into how he can help. He then goes into my strong background experience. But first is catching the attention so that people understand how you can help them. And then you explain to them why you're the good person to help them with a problem, which of course at the end, a call to action so they can contact you. Another great example of an About section, different style, is the power of a personal story. Even though LinkedIn is a business networking, it's always the personal connection and the relationship. So this campaign had very, very good results. It started with, I failed to save the life that meant the most to me. As a general practitioner, doctor in the army in Angola, family physician, and head of the emergency room, I've saved thousands of lives. I was running my own family practice in Dawson Creek, British Columbia, making good money. Life was great. Then one day, my world collapsed. My high school sweetheart and wife for over 35 years, Francisca, was diagnosed with breast cancer. After watching her suffer for a year, she died in my arms. She was only 55. I was devastated. That's how my quest began. So you can see how his personal story then leads into he's a medical doctor who's now doing a lot of holistic and functional medicine programs for people. So find a way to catch people's attention. You need to find like a button that catches their attention so that you can communicate your message. Now, how can you do that? I've created this buyer persona with, the ChatGPT prompt for you to create a buyer persona. So Kara will put it in the chat so you can download it here and you can download the ChatGPT worksheet. And then what you do, you use ChatGPT first to define your buyer persona, because the more accurate and specific your prompt is, the better your answer. So this is a tool like I developed especially to help people like improve their profile. But if you just ask and say, give me a headline for my LinkedIn profile, it's not going to be as good as when you first make sure that you have that ChatGPT understand who your buyer persona is. Then you can tell it how to write your profile based on the buyer persona. And then again, you want to always give it the personal touch. Don't sound like AI. It's not the same. So add your own stories, add your own flavor, and whether it's Chat or Gemini or one of the other ones, I like to use a combination of them. It helps really to make a good profile and expedite the creation of it. Include the role, the contents, writing style, the brand tone and voice to get better responses. Kyra, you may, this says schedule a call link. It should have. Okay, Kara will check for you and make sure that you get the right link. If not, we will also email it to you, so don't worry. We'll make sure that you get it. And if you want, we can always set up a call. If you have an existing business, we can set up a call and I can walk you through and show you how to use that for your LinkedIn profile and give you feedback on your profile as well. Now let's find out how much gold is sitting in your LinkedIn network. So let's take a quick poll to see how many gold we have. How many connections do you have? And maybe you can put it in the chat. How many connections do you have on your LinkedIn right now? Just to give me an idea. 117. Okay, Francisco, good to be here. You've got to start building. 5,200, 16,000. Forum, you are sitting on sleeping gold there. Amazing. Gold mine, 17,000. Sarah, wow, 18,000. Doug, that's incredible. 10,000, 2,200, 24,000, 14,000. Wow. 477. And if you don't have a big network yet, you came to the right place, because there still is a lot of opportunity. LinkedIn, even though it's an older platform, it's still really expanding and more people are getting more active on it. Wow, Dylan, that is impressive. 1,000 people and every person he's met in person or over a video call. That is really, really valuable. You have strong relationships there. The question is, are you also staying in touch with them continuously? That can be a challenge sometimes. Victor, okay, we're going to take Victor as an example, as he has 5,000. So Victor has 5,000 connections. That means that you have about 250 to 750 people in your network, if you have a pretty good network, who would buy from you with more education or engagement. So you have 250 to 750 potential clients in your network, Victor, that need more education, more engagement, that just need more warming up, just statistically. Now, besides those 250 to 750 people, there are 50 to 150 of your connections that are actively seeking the solution you provide. Now, let's say you close, let's take the lowest number. Let's say there's 50 people now, Victor, of your 5,000 connections. And if you have 10,000, obviously, it's double the number. Let's say you close 10% of those 50. That means 5 new clients. If your program is $5,000 or the value of a client, basically you're sitting on $25,000 worth of gold. And the LinkedIn event strategy is the best, fastest, funnest way to get that gold into your bank account. So if that's you, especially if you have 5,000 connections or more, I highly recommend that you just click the link. We can meet for a virtual coffee, my treat, for 30 minutes, and I can show you how you can actually monetize your network, because you're sitting on gold. You've been building this network, building the relationships, but you're not actually harvesting the fruits from your labor. And that is what Matthew did, using this strategy and the results that he got.
I sent out, I think, 1,000 connections. We had about 100 actually register, and we got one sale out of it. Since I'm selling a very high ticket 5-figure B2B system, it's between $10,000 and $12,000. Just getting that one client from the process was really like a big win. And I also have about 99 other people to follow up with that now know about the product.
Yeah, pretty cool. And that was just from his existing network. That was not even expanding it and all the other strategies that we have. How many of you would say if you would make 12,000 in additional sales every month, how many would say would make a difference for your business? Anyone? Doing an event like this once a month for an hour. Anyone would say? Donna, I happen to see you. 10, 20,000. Yep. That could, I see her laughing. I mean, look at the potential. And the potential is there. I don't know if I see Victor, because he has 5,000 people in his network. I saw some other people with pretty big networks. Who else did we have? Big change. Brenda says huge. And thank you for your participation. It makes it so much more fun than me just sitting here talking to a screen. There's actually real people. Yeah, exactly. That it does make a difference. And it's really, once you know how to do it, it's actually simple. There's just a lot of moving pieces to build your machine. But once it's up and running, it can keep running, improving. It changes everything. Okay, let's go back. Remember, we were looking at the diagnosis, the mistakes. Mistake number 2 is the quality of your posts and messages. So now let me ask you a question, and we do have a poll for this one. What's more important, the quality or quantity of your LinkedIn posts and messages? So let's take a quick poll. And then there is a second question as well. It says, what is your priority with LinkedIn? Creating more content, getting more followers, growing my newsletter, generating leads, or making more sales? just to get a feel about what's, and I think I can share the poll over here so you can actually see the results. Yeah, by far generating leads. Thank you for your answers. Quality, 86%, quantity 14%, very interesting numbers. Generating leads 72% and making more sales. Yeah, totally with you. Growing the newsletter is also getting more popular. It's not so popular. Sorry, getting more followers, creating more content. Quality, 85% says more quality. Okay, we still get voice votes coming in. Just let it run for a moment. And that's very, very interesting. 85%. 72% wants to generate leads. 1% participated. We can still do the poll. Next time. Share the results. Yeah, 85% says quality, 15% says quantity, and 72% says generating leads. Okay, thank you. Now, that's interesting because I have to tell you, it is a mistake that most people make. It's the quantity of your promotion and not the quality that determines your income. Because the question is, what is a good quality post or message? It's content that makes leads engage with you, and not something that looks beautiful from your viewpoint. So if people look at quality, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying don't start spamming people or put out junk. It needs to be, it needs to look okay. But the quantity is more important because the quantity will tell you what's working. If you have one post a month that looks absolutely amazing, a best quality ever, maybe there's very few people that see it. Where if you have a post every day, maybe not such high quality, but you create much more engagement, and when more people see it, LinkedIn will increase the reach. And you can see which are the posts that are performing best. So then you can determine what the quality is, not based on what you think looks good or what is valuable from your viewpoint, but what actually gets you the leads that you're looking for. So really looking at it from the perspective, how can I get results with what I share? Now, here are examples of successful posts that I did that got a lot of impressions, and you can see a lot of engagement. And the more engagement, the more people share, the more comments, the more LinkedIn will share it with other people. So there is a strategy for that. The more people engage with your post, obviously the better. And then from there, you can have a system set up so that you can actually engage with all the people who commented or liked your posts. But this is something else. You need to learn the behind the scenes formula and break the code of LinkedIn's algorithm to get these kinds of results, to really understand the marketing and how to apply it to LinkedIn. But the key is quantity. The key is quantity is more important than quality. So if there's one thing, I know it's a little bit hard in the beginning. When I first heard it, I had a challenge accepting it as well, but test it out and see what happens. Instead of sending one email to your list once a month, send it once a week. If you're doing once a week, send it twice a week and see what happens. Over time, how to increase an income will increase your income. Content works best combined with an outreach strategy where you land in the inbox. So if you have the LinkedIn inbox, they will see you even if they may not be online at the moment that you post. You want to find out who's just browsing and who's looking for your solution. So by messaging them, people that are commenting, engaging with your content, it will be very valuable, and inviting them for your event. And this is where LinkedIn events are very powerful, because by signing up, people raise their hand and say, hey, I'm interested in what you have to offer. Now, okay, I'm onto you. Not everybody may be a potential prospect for you, but from that list, you can sort and select. Now you have the choice. Really, it's the most effective tool to turn your LinkedIn connections into sales conversations and to generate leads. Mistake number 3, anybody can relate to this. Like, your LinkedIn strategy or marketing is kind of a roller coaster. You are active on LinkedIn for a little bit, or even for a few days, few weeks, you're posting, like you're following up with people, but then you get busy and you're not doing anything for a while. And you start to think maybe LinkedIn is just not for you. Anybody can relate. Looking at the chat, anybody has that problem that you're just lacking the consistency? Lisa says, yes, Sade. You're lacking the consistency that it takes. Because marketing, it's a marathon, it's not a sprint. But as a business owner, we have so much on our plate. You do this and then you do that. Yes, I can get busy, exactly, totally understand. What's the problem? Like really the underlying problem that you get busy is you lack a marketing system. It's hard to be persistent, yeah, and you hate to bother people. I do understand, Christian. And when you take the viewpoint that you have something valuable to add, like I'm here, I'm really excited. I didn't mean to bother you, but I know that if you have this system, it will change your business. And once it changes your business, it will change your life. It will take the stress out of things. It will allow you to grow. And when you grow and you help more clients together, we make a difference in the world. And that's what I really love. So take that viewpoint when you're reaching out. Now, speaking of a system, I want to share this story with you. There was a little village and they had to walk quite a while to get water, a village in South America. And so one day the elders got together and they said, you know what, it's not practical if every person of this village has to go all the way to the lake to get water and walk back. Let's assign 2 people with the right that they can get the water and they can sell the water in town. Now 2 guys get the job. So the one got excited. He went to the market, got 2 buckets and started walking around. He has his older son after school help him selling the water. The other guy disappeared. For 6 months, they didn't hear from him. And everybody was surprised. This guy was making good money as long as he could work. But the other guy disappeared for 6 months and then came back with an architect to build a system and to build a pipeline that allowed him to have water delivered to the little village every single day, 24/7. So while he had to invest, once you have it set up and running, it's obviously much better and much easier because it doesn't require you running back and forth with buckets. As you can imagine, that's my analogy to build a LinkedIn machine. Set it up once, it takes a bit to build. I'll be honest with you. It takes a little bit to build, but once you have it set up, it's running and it works. It's like having this pipeline of water coming in with new leads. And that's what we did and that's what Angela Leon, she's the owner of Semirosa's virtual assistant, another great example of what is possible, how LinkedIn events are helping them grow and expand their business.
We generally, from every LinkedIn event, will get about 4 to 5 leads, people who want to right on the spot say, I want to chat, or they call me right after and say, I'd like to speak. And we at least walk out with 2 or 3 clients.
Now, in this case, her clients pay her monthly. The packages range between 2,500 and 11,000 per month. So, 2 or 3 clients is about $30,000 per year for income. So 2 clients is worth 60,000 in additional sales. And that's a great quote that I want to share with you. 94% of failure is the result of the system, not the people. From Edward Deming. He was an economist, and that's what he discovered as he was helping rebuild the economy in Japan after World War II, by teaching businesses to succeed by fixing their systems. And so just a little story, my life can basically be divided by 2. My life before the LinkedIn Power System and my life after. And I'm telling you this because it shows, and I want to describe really how your life will improve when you have this system implemented in your life, and what happened for me. So one Saturday afternoon, I was at the time, actually, I was in Ecuador, and we were out preaching in the mountains on our horses, and I came back and I put my bags down and I had such a terrible stomach ache. It was unbearable. I'd never been in so much pain. And during the night, the fever, the cramps, I had never been in so much pain. It was terrible. I wondered even how long would it take for my family to find my body in this remote area, because I was somewhere in the mountains. And so imagine being sick in a country all alone. You didn't speak the language, afraid. It was really terrible. The next day, fortunately, the landlord, she helped me. She spoke English and Spanish. She took me to the hospital, and it turned out to be a severe salmonella infection. But I really think that it was the antibiotics that they gave me for months, the treatments that really weakened my body, because I was barely able to work. And the problem was I didn't have a system, no marketing, no leads, no sales, and no income. So I basically used up all my savings. No income, no clients. And so when my fiance proposed, I really believed that it was God's answer to my prayer. So I packed up my life in Ecuador, flew to the US, and Then we were in California, was in San Diego, beautiful sunny day. We're out in this Mexican restaurant, and I was very excited to tell him about the wedding preparations, and my sister was about to book her flight, but I noticed something was off, and he looked at me and said, "Shemaya, the wedding is off." I'm like, "What? Wait." But like 2 weeks before the wedding, Jonathan broke up with me. Well, I just had given up everything, my horses, my residency, my dream, my life in Ecuador, to be with him in California, and he just dumped me. Cold, cruel, and it was terrible. I was heartbroken, so angry, devastated, broke, and basically ended up living homeless out of my suitcase because I couldn't stay in the US. I couldn't go back to Ecuador. And that's when I met Mayor Ezra, who became a mentor and friend. And he's an incredible businessman, great business coach and teacher. And I was at such a low point in my life, like, how could he even help me? I'd gone to so many seminars. I spent a small fortune on courses and coaches, and he was so wealthy, successful, and I was living out of his suitcase at the time. But, I had no choice. I had to give it a shot. He had results. I could see from other people he had helped. And so I thought, you know what, at least I should give it a try. What do I got to lose? And apply what he suggested. And I wasn't really excited. I didn't really believe it could work. But you know what? Maybe there was a little spark of hope left. And Mayor taught me some really vital marketing business truths, especially the marketing love languages, which are the foundation of my LinkedIn Leads power system. So from being homeless, living from my suitcase, what happened next will shock you. My LinkedIn Leads power system became such a huge success that we maxed out a registration page on LinkedIn. So it's actually quite a miracle that you're here today, and it's not by mistake. If you're here, I really would love to connect with you. Send me a message, connect on LinkedIn, because I can help you turn around your business and your future. I have so many leads, and I have the most amazing clients because I have a choice. So I can pick the people that really contribute, that support each other in the community. I can choose who I want to work with. And even over the last 2 years, there were several severe family situations that had to be handled. With the system, I still had leads continue to come in, which allowed me to grow my business even while working less hours. And that's what happened to me. And I would love for that to happen to you as well by implementing the system. Now, how does it work? How do you make this work for your business? Now, today I would like to invite you to join our exclusive LinkedIn Event Mastery community, so that together we can design, establish, and streamline your LinkedIn lead generation machine over the next 12 months. So you'll have producing free leads and more sales calls without complex funnels or having to pay for ads. So yes, you can run ads. Once you have your system, it's working, you have leads, you have new business coming in, then you add ads so you can scale and take you to the next level. Our goal is to generate 2 to 5 buyer leads daily with LinkedIn events, who you will convert into new clients like clockwork, which will allow you to add an extra $3,000 to $15,000 or more to your current monthly revenue. It really depends on where your business is right now. For some people who are in the beginning phases, $3,000 a month will be amazing. I remember when I was at that stage with my business, those first $3,000 are precious. Others are already at another stage. I have one client, a client for them is $50,000 to $100,000. It works regardless where you are or what your business is, as long as your clients are on LinkedIn and you have valuable content to share. So if you are like a tax advisor, like a business consultant, those are all, you need to be able to give value to potential clients. Yeah, or if you have a marketing agency, because again, for business owners, there's a lot of people that you can help and find on LinkedIn. And let me explain to you really how the system works. The 3 key assets of the LinkedIn Leads Power System are, number 1, and we talked about that, the irresistible LinkedIn profile branding. So I covered that a little bit to give you something that you can take away. The headline, the cover page, like the banner, the photo is very important, and the about section, and then obviously the experience and the settings, and there's more things to it, the featured content. But if you start with that, even if you just change your headline, just change your cover, that will make a difference, because a magnetic LinkedIn profile is the core of the LinkedIn lead generation system that I designed. If your profile is not compelling, your potential clients won't understand how you can help. And then chances are they go and end up buying from your competitor. The second step is what we work on over those 12 months is to build your high impact LinkedIn event and the formula I will share with you. Because a LinkedIn event is a powerful marketing feature that allows you to tap into LinkedIn's global network if done correctly. Like the feature is there, you can set up a LinkedIn event right now. I had one client who was very good. He came to my event and said, okay, I'll do it. I'll take action, which was amazing. I commend him for it. Only his title didn't really speak to the right people. So he had like 26 people register. 3 people showed up. They couldn't even buy from him if they wanted because it was totally disconnected. So we mentioned that before, your profile and your event need to have a compelling message. How do you help? What's the pain that you solve and for who? What can you do to help them? It's a very effective mechanism that brings in buyer leads while showcasing your expertise and building trust. Especially now, we're in a trust recession, like where, let's say 10, 15 years ago, people would like post and they book a call and they buy high ticket products, services. People have become very, what's the word, reluctant and also skeptical. They want to see, what can you offer? Do you actually know what you're talking about? And so a LinkedIn event for you to be here with me, you get an idea about who I am, what I stand for. Once we get on a call, it will be easier for you to say, yeah, yes, I already understand the principles and the bigger picture. And I have several people that come to multiple events before they're actually ready to join and then book a call and then decide to join. So I totally understand. LinkedIn events are a very good tool because people will sign up and you'll know who to focus on. Sometimes, people don't even come to the event, but I still have their name, their email. I know who they are, so I can find them and connect with them on LinkedIn, continue to build the relationship. Number 3, this is also really, really valuable, the Epic Lead Closer. Your LinkedIn event invitations are like trail markers on your treasure map. It will tell you who in your network is interested, who wants to know more about the solution you offer. Then it's up to you to make sure that you nurture and cultivate that interest and educate them, bring value to them, and really help them understand why you are the perfect person for them to work with. And you want a complete system with the tools to help you convert the highest number of leads into new clients and to leverage your time in the most efficient way. Because if you don't have a system, it's easy to drop the ball. So you need to make sure you have a system that invitations are going out, messages are going out, follow-up messages, people who registered, that you continue to receive emails, and I keep giving you value until you realize, you know what, Shemaya is the right person who can help me with my business. Now, how does it work? There's actually 2 options. I made it in a way that, we can help people in different stages where they are in the business. You can join. Option 1 would be the LinkedIn Event Mastery community. If you wanted to join, it's all the training modules. You'll have 24/7 access. We have weekly office hours because one of the things I didn't like when I buy a course, I have questions and then I can't go anywhere and I got stuck. So you'll have access once a week. We'll get together. You get feedback from other amazing business owners, professionals, and we'll make sure that you get your questions answered and you keep moving forward. You have access to the action-driven community, especially when you hear, so like one client, he totally blew it out of the water, and all the other people were like, oh, wait a minute, he can do it. Like they were on fire too. So all of them are now like increasing the numbers of registrants and attendees and improving their events. So it's kind of cool. And the other thing is the latest LinkedIn hacks and updates, which really been priceless. I would not have this many people at my events if it wasn't for understanding LinkedIn algorithms and the system. As I showed you my posts, most people don't get that number of views on their post if you don't understand how LinkedIn works. Option 2, if you have a company already established and you realize your time is really valuable, we do have the option for the VIP comprehensive LinkedIn event strategy and setup, where you get everything with the community to support the weekly calls, but we'll help you with your LinkedIn event strategy. You get consultations with me to write your profile, set up your LinkedIn event, and then also tech and implementation support. So making sure that everything works, and event prep coaching. So even for your event, you may discover that you need to improve things, or how do you get as many people to First, you need to get people to sign up. That's the first thing you need to know. Number two is how do you get them to show up, which you're here, which is great. Then the third thing is if they show up, now I would like you to book a call with me, a strategy call, or just email me and say, hey, I'm interested, or I have some questions. I need you to respond back to me. So I know, hey, you're there, and let me know how I can help you. And then the next thing is the follow-up. Because you maybe today, Ellen, you like it, you're very excited, but it's just not the right time. You have too much on your plate, you just started another project. And so we need to make sure we stay in touch that next month or the month after, when you are ready, I'm here. And you know I'm here for you, you won't forget about me. Like Lou, I know Lou, I see you, and I'm very excited to see you again. Hello. I know Lou has been in the process and he had some things to sort out. He's working on some things behind the scene, but one day he's ready and he's here again today to learn, which is great. And he'll call me and say, okay, Shemaya, I'm ready. I want to join the community. Keep in mind, that's what it takes. I've discovered also that a lot of people underestimate what it takes. So they used to say, and maybe you can set in the chat, how many touch points do you think it takes from just sending somebody a cold message on LinkedIn before they're ready to buy? Anybody? How many numbers? 11, okay, 5 to 12, 7 to remember your name, 20 to buy, Dylan, okay, 8 to 12. I know, these were the numbers, right? That's exactly 5, 12, subjective, 13, 30, Erica, you're onto something here. I think you are a genius. 10 to 12, 7 to 12, 15. Yeah, Erica is the closest. 60 days to 90 days on average. Yes, Maru, it depends what you do in the 60 days. If they don't hear from you, they won't still not buy. Larry, 50, yeah. And you know what's interesting that people don't realize? From a cold lead, just the booking a call, not buying, can take 30 to 50 touch points. Like seeing you, whether it's getting an email, a LinkedIn message, seeing your content, it can take 30 to 50 touch points for the totally cold lead to feel comfortable enough to book a call with you. And if you don't have the systems in place, you're not going to make it because that's just what it requires. And I would say even in today's market more than before. And then they didn't even buy it. You still need to follow up. And then also in the VIP, you have a fast feedback communication channels. If you have questions, you need help, you know, my team and I are here for you. And also, this is the other thing to know. Just don't you like become a water system engineer. It takes years of study. Remember my example with the pipes and getting 2 buckets and running back and forth. Everybody can do that. To build that whole system, the whole water system, to have this flow, it's not super difficult, but you do need to know what you're doing. So even though setting up LinkedIn events is easy, there's a lot to learn to build your own LinkedIn Leads power system. But you can imagine though that once you have it set up, you'll have a consistent flow of leads month after month, much like the pipeline. Once you have it built, water will come on every month. And then you can close those leads into sales and you'll have a money machine. And this is what we do for our clients. The question is, can you do it by yourself? Yeah, of course, you can just Google it. You can do some YouTube. You can set it up. The only difference is it's like going from California to New York with a horse and buggy. You're not really getting there very fast. It's not most comfortable. And yeah, it's going to take you a while. The other option is to take a system that's already proven to work, fine-tuned, streamlined. It's like coming in a private jet. It's much more fun, more comfortable, and much faster. So anybody who wants to come in my jet today? And so I hope that you found value in today. I gave you a lot. I mean, it's only an hour, so I can only squeeze in so much content. And yes, of course, I will let you know how you can continue working with me. And you need to be comfortable with that because the truth is, most people are not able to do it on their own without the support. Can you? Of course you can. It's possible. That if you go to the gym and you have a personal trainer, you're more motivated, you have a plan, accountability, it helps a lot. Especially as a business owner where you already have so much going on. So I want to bring value by showing you, okay, if you want to, I would be happy to meet with you and see what can we do? What could we do? How can I help you build it? And if you feel like it's not a good fit, then, you know, there was enough value in today's training that you can start implementing it. So now you may be wondering, how much does it cost? Well, it costs as much as a small car. And if you can't afford it, you better join, because if you've been working for 5, 10, 20 or more years and you don't have a few $1,000s to invest in yourself and the expansion of your company, I suggest you better do something different and start investing in yourself now, because it could cost you more not to join. How much are you missing in revenue? How many clients are you missing out on because they don't know you exist? And when you agree that without a system, you're actually throwing a lot of money out of the window, because there's clients that could buy from you that don't, because they don't know you exist. They don't know who you are and what you can offer. And so some of you may feel like, hey, I kind of feel a little bit like this. So if you do, don't worry. As I said, I'd be happy to help. How will having a system and learning how to market help you? You will have more income. You'll be able to help more clients and impact their lives. The sales process will be efficient, effortless, and more fun. Revenue will be predictable and scalable, so you don't have this income roller coaster where some months are doing well and other months not, and you're like, okay, where's my next client coming from? And it will also allow you to free up time to work on your business or do things that you love. Personally, I've traveled the world. I lived in 8 different countries, and I'm in Cape Town now. So it really allows me to have a fun and cool lifestyle while helping people help more people in turn with their business. And that's what we did for Sean. It was really amazing what we did for them.
As a result, we had about 50 calls booked within about 2 months, and one of which became a very massive potential strategic partner that we're in early talks on. And it's going very, very well, which would roll us out to probably a good percentage of the largest property management company in the United States, which has been a huge deal for us.
And then from there, if you would have 50 sales calls booked in 2 months, you would be able to close more sales. I'm sure you would, because it's what's possible. And you have to ask yourself, if not this, then what? If not me, then who? And if not now, then when? What are you going to wait for? Because a year from now, you may be in the same position or worse, because the economy is tough. The inflation is huge. You need to do something. If you're not expanding your company, you are dying. And everything's changing. You need to also make sure that you bring value, you get in front of more people, and you really, really increase your communication out, the quantity of your promotion, to learn the marketing strategies that can make the difference for you. I have a 0 risk guarantee if you are accepted into the program, because some people are just not a good fit. And I'll tell you, I will not take your money if this just is not a good fit for you. But if you are, and you apply what you learned correctly by executing the action steps on time, you have leads coming in. Every single client from the first event, they have leads coming in. And as they continue, some are faster than others, depending on where they are in their business, what they have in place. But you'll have new leads coming in who are ready to explore solutions with you and uncover how you can help them. And then it's up to you and your sales team to turn those into new clients. You'll make more sales than you've invested with us. That is my guarantee. Like Nurek, for example, Nurek Adi, he generated $10,000 in sales from his last LinkedIn event. And that was just the one sales. He still has 16 other sales calls that he booked, that he's still following up and closing several of them. And he's hosting them every 2 weeks. So he's now scaling to run them weekly. And he has a company, so it's not just him. So he got his investment many times over. Now he has a LinkedIn lead generation machine that continues to make him money every month. And in his case, it took him a little bit. He did try different topics to see which was best. So it took him a few months to really get to these kind of numbers. He had leads from the beginning. He had new clients coming in, but now he really got it fine-tuned. That's why I said it's a 12-month program. So we can help you set it up, design it, set it up, and streamline it to get the best results. As I mentioned, I love working with fast action takers, which is why the first 7 qualified people who book and have a LinkedIn strategy session with me will receive a special gift, what will help you find the gold in your LinkedIn network. They will receive my LinkedIn profile assessment for free. And so I think that was my last slide. Okay, yeah, no, one more. So you have to decide, you can choose to get started now. Join LinkedIn Event Mastery, the community, book a call so we can see if it's a good fit, or email me. Kyra, can you put also the email and the link in the chat, please? We can start working together. We start planting seeds. So that next month you can start harvesting, and every month after. Or alternatively, you would keep spinning your wheels, trying to figure out on your own, wasting time and taking much longer to eventually see results. That's really the difference in, using a system that's already worked, fine-tuned. It gets you up and running much faster. Here again, just the 3 key assets of the LinkedIn Leads Power System. So if you decide not to join, take good note. This is where you start. Number 1, an irresistible LinkedIn profile. Magnetic LinkedIn profile is the core of the LinkedIn lead generation system. Number 2, step 2 is the high impact LinkedIn event formula. So a LinkedIn event that captures the attention of your ideal clients, your prospects, which allows you to showcase your expertise, to build trust, and get them to know you a little bit and how you can help them. And then step 3 is the epic lead closer, really vital to make sure that you have a complete system where you get people not only to register, to show up, get them to book a call with you, follow up, and then close them. And make sure you really nurture them, educate them, continue to engage with them so that they become your clients. It takes a little bit usually for people to know. As I mentioned, the latest researchers in 2025 can take 30 to 50 touch points. So don't worry, you'll hear from me again if you're not ready to book a call today. Just giving you a heads up. Okay, yes, and then some more success stories. This was Jonathan Flex, amazing. He was just sharing, we had to call yesterday, and he was sharing that in December, his sales was double the average of the monthly revenue that he did in the 11 months before. This was one of his earlier events. He had 45 registrations, 30 attendees, 9 sales calls booked. He closed 2 new clients so far. The other one are still in the pipeline, which ended up in being 3,600 in initial sales for him. And then this is his later, as he's continued to grow, this was one of his later events. When was this? Oh yeah, this was January 8, 798 attendees. So it just gives you an idea of the number of leads that he's been generating for his business. So anyhow, thank you so much for joining. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.